It's NFL player prop time on an 11-0 run. Let's stay hot. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are here to talk a little NFL player props. That's right. The time has come for week 14. I don't know what to say, guys, but we are on an 11-0 run on NFL player props. Let's see how hot we can stay. It's been a crazy run. If you're looking for game bets, that video is out. We release that every late Wednesday night, so be sure to go check that out. Been on a roll in general last couple weeks in the NFL, so let's stay hot. The new Jabo MVPs that have joined the group in the last couple days, they will be announced in the NBA video, and yes, we will be doing a special edition on the weekend, which we don't usually do, for the in-season tournament championship game. So stay tuned for that. That'll be out a little bit after this one. But man, thank you guys for all the support. If you are looking to join, hit the join button below this video or on our channel page. If you do not see that join, unfortunately, YouTube has made it to where you have to go use it on or do it on a computer or change to desktop view on your phone. It is $2.99 a month. You get badges, emojis, prioritized replies, shout outs, all that good stuff. And most importantly, it supports this channel, helps us grow. I cannot thank you guys enough. You're all awesome. So appreciate all the support. But if you are new to the channel and have not seen a Friday night player prop video, they're pretty short and tidy. In this video, we're going to go over the NFL Week 13 recap because we already did it in the Wednesday night video, but we'll just do it again real quick. We'll just show it to you. I won't go over every single bet again or anything. I'll give you my 3 favorite NFL player props and then my 2 favorite anytime touchdown bets. And then we end it with the bets recap so you have it all on one page. So hit that like button, leave a comment below to help this channel grow, help out that algorithm train. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. We are now chasing our first 18,000 subscribers, getting closer and closer to that 20K mark. You guys freaking rock. So thank you for all the support. Now before we dive into all the best bets and all the good stuff, let's check out that free square with Thrive. All right, there it is. The free square with our sponsor, Thrive Fantasy, is Jalen Hurts over a half a passing yard. You get a 100% first deposit match all the way up to $250 using that promo code JABO. It is one of the best deals in town. And not only that, you use one of those free squares and you pair it with anything else. Use it with one of the player props we give out in this video if you want. And you can make a 2-leg parlay, 3, 4, or 5-leg, and that's what you win on each bet. I mean, guys, talk about a good start with the new company. You get $250 and one of your parlay legs already. So go join up. Again, eligible in over 30 states, but you got to use the promo code JABO. So that's what we got for the free square. And now let's check out Week 13 recap. All right, some people have been asking for the recap because I don't think everyone watches every single football video we do. But here is the Week 13 recap. As you can tell on the right side, the player props kicked freaking butt. We love it. Let's keep that rolling. It was a good weekend overall. And then you check out the next page, and that is our overall record. We are 75-66, up 9.05 units on the year. We will gladly take it, but I always want more. So that's the recap for the year. Let's talk some best bets. All right, my first player prop for week 14 is Mr. James Cook over 47.5 rush yards at minus 120 on DraftKings. Now, I've been getting some comments on NBA videos, NFL videos that they're getting different odds by the time they see this video. Unfortunately, guys, I cannot control it. I have a busy life. I got 2 little kids. We can only do these videos late at night. I see the odds. I put it on my notes, and we put it out in the video. If they change, they change. I have zero control over it. For those of you that have followed me long enough, you know I'm not up here trying to dupe you or give you better odds just so I win and you don't. It has nothing to do with that. These are just the odds I see, and I use the main 2 books, DraftKings and FanDuel, because that's what most people use, and I think that's just the best way to go about it. So here we go. Back to football now. This is my favorite one of the weekend. James Cook, he's had a decent little year this year, but the Chiefs on defense, they are good against the pass, but not very good against the run. They are giving up 4.6 yards per carry, the 5th worst in the NFL. And by the way, James Cook is averaging 4.8 yards per carry himself. He's been solid the last 3 games with good volume. He has 16 carries for 43 yards at Philly. Now, Philly is the number 1 run defense in the NFL, and he had 43. I only need 48 this game. He almost went over in that. 17 carries for 73 yards against a good Jets defense, and 12 carries for 109 yards versus a much improved Denver Bronco defense. So he's been good lately, if you can't tell. Based on the numbers, if you just kind of go with what we said and how many carries he's been getting, the Chiefs allowing 4.6 yards per carry, James Cook allowing or getting 4.8 yards. Let's say he gets 15 carries at like 4.7 yards. We'll split the difference. I mean, guys, that alone on an average game is 70 yards right there. I don't know why this line is so low. I think it's going to be in the low 50s by the time the game starts, to be honest with you. It just started too low. That's just the bottom line. And he has the ability to make explosive plays. If you're a Bills fan, you know James Cook can break some big ones, which obviously is a huge help to this one. So, I think the Bills are also going to be a little decently conservative here because the Chiefs have a good pass defense. I don't think they want Josh Allen throwing it all over the field, throwing interceptions to good defense. If they want to move the ball consistently, keep Mahomes off the field, they're going to want to run the ball. So I assume that James Cook is going to get good volume yet again for the fourth straight game. So, like I said, favorite prop on the board, still just putting one unit on it. If you're really confident and like what I'm saying, I'm not telling you to go do it. So don't get upset if you do it and you lose. But laddering is a good option if you want to ladder up to 70, 80 type yards and that. Because if he breaks one big play, this number could be he could fly over this number. So give me James Cook over 47 and a half rush yards as bet number one. All right, bet number two is an alternate line parlay. And just so you guys know, when I do these alt line parlays in NBA or NFL, that's me saying I actually think these guys could go over their original line, but I'm going to take it down, put them together for a nice little juicy bet. So here we go. CD Lamb, 70 plus receiving yards, and Justin Fields of Dreams, 50 plus rush yards. Put those together, you get minus 105 on FanDuel. So let's start with Mr. CD Lamb. My goodness, has he been good this year? Holy cow. He has 112 plus yards in five of the last seven games. 112 or more yards in five of seven. He's coming off a 112-yard performance against my Seahawks last week, because who doesn't? And he now gets to face an Eagles defense that has given up, wait for this, the second most receiving yards in the NFL to the wide receiver position. It's just mind-boggling. They're getting worse in the secondary. I don't know what's going on. I've never seen a team be so elite against the run and so horrendous against the pass. But last game versus the Eagles this year, CeeDee Lamb, just an easy 191 receiving yards for his best game of the year. Honestly, I'd take it down to 70. I think the real line is like in the low 90s right now. He may have 70 by halftime. I wouldn't be shocked, is what I'm saying. But all I'm asking is the number one receiver against this terrible, terrible secondary to get 70 freaking yards. And the Cowboys, if they want to move the ball, they know it has to be through the pass. They're not going to run all over the Eagles at all. And they haven't had that great of a running game with Tony Pollard anyway. So give me CeeDee Lamb to get 70. If you want to ladder him up on your own on a single bet, take him up to 100. I do not mind, or even higher than that. So 100 is not that high actually for laddering, but maybe 110, 120. Like I said, he had almost 200 last game against the Eagles. Next one, Justin Fields, 50 plus rush yards. This total is about 62, 63, I think, originally. I'm taking it down to 50. He ran all over this Lions team a couple weeks ago. And if you saw my best bets on the Wednesday night video, you know I kind of lean the Bears here. I won't give away exactly what I bet, but I did. Anyways, he had 104 rush yards versus the Lions. 104 a couple weeks ago. The Lions have given up the most rushing yards to quarterbacks this season, so it's a great matchup. And we talked about it in the Wednesday night video. It's a cold weather game. There's going to be rain. There's going to be wind. Do you really think the Bears want Justin Fields to throw the ball all over the field, or do you think they want him to use his legs, him and the running backs, and just kind of control the clock and try to run all over the Lions? Because to be honest, even in good weather, I don't think Bears fans or coaches want the Bears to throw that much anyway. So I'm going to trust that Justin Fields runs the ball quite a bit here, and all I need is 50 or more yards, which he has done in three of the last four games. So give me CD, give me Fields, put them together. That is my second best bet of week 14. All right, the third and final player prop before we move on to those touchdown bets. It is a kicker parlay, baby. We've been on a roll with kicker bets. I had to put two together this weekend. Here we go. Jake Moody over 2.5 PATs and Young Wei Koo over 1.5 PATs. Put it together for a nice, juicy plus 140 on DraftKings. So we're going to break this down, guys, because we have to. Jake Moody over 2.5 PATs. He is the kicker for the 49ers, for those of you that do not know. The 49ers team total touchdowns is set at 3.5. Standard juice to the over. It's pretty even whether you bet over or under at 3.5 touchdowns. This is 2.5 PATs, so this is taking it down one. Obviously, the odds are, I think they're like minus 160 on their own, minus 150. It was a little too high, so that's why I'm going to parlay this. But the Seahawks had about zero chance of stopping the 49ers offense. I watched it on Thanksgiving from my aunt's house in Hawaii. It was pathetic. I don't see any difference here. I think the 49ers are going to score at will against the Seahawks. And I think they easily score three or more touchdowns. And like I said, the odds are at 3.5. So, I mean, there's a very good chance the 49ers score four or more touchdowns. I just need three, and then I need Moody to actually make all three. So the first question in your head is probably, well, how is he at kicking extra points? Well, how about a perfect 43 for 43? That's right. Knock on wood. He has been electric. I don't know. He's a kicker. He can't be electric. But 43 for 43, they're going to score 3 touchdowns. Give me Moody over 2.5 PATs. The next part, Young Wei Koo over 1.5 PATs. He is the kicker for the Atlanta Falcons. The team total for touchdowns in this one is set for the Falcons at 2.5, around plus 120 on the over. This obviously takes that down one. I only need 2 touchdowns for the Falcons offense at home against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, it's December, and it's nice to say that this game is indoors. There's no weather issues whatsoever. Falcons, much better offense at home, averaging 23 points per game at home compared to only 14.7 points per game on the road. Koo this year, a lot less extra points because he plays for the Falcons, not the Niners, but he is 18 for 19 on extra points this season. I just need the Falcons to score two, and I need Young Wei Koo to make 2 extra points in a dome. Don't screw that up. Anyways, that's what I got. Moody, Koo, Moody Koo, Koo Moody. However you want to say it. That's a lot of O's in those kickers, but that's what I got. Put them together. You get plus 140, and let's move on to the anytime touchdowns. All right, let's talk some touchdown bets now. I got 2 of them for you, and if you are new, I only put a half unit on touchdown bets. It's a high variance, and you need some luck, but you know what? We still put these out because it's fun. We went 2-0 last week. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. Mike Evans, anytime touchdown is my first one at plus 135. Mike Evans, just real quick, he may be the most underrated football player of my generation. Like, it's just been unbelievable. I think it's what is it, 10 straight seasons of 1,000 yards or more? I could be wrong on the number of seasons, but my goodness, he is historically good. And by the way, a lot of those years were not with good quarterbacks. I mean, bad quarterbacks. It does not matter who his quarterback is. This guy is freaking awesome, and nobody really talks about it. He also has one plus touchdown in 6 of the last 7 games, which is all you guys care about because we want him to score again. So that's nice. The number one cornerback for the Falcons, AJ Terrell. He has a concussion. He's in the protocol. He's questionable to play. Mike Evans is so freaking good, it doesn't matter, obviously. He's a matchup proof guy, but if AJ Terrell doesn't play, it's going to be even easier for him. I love the value of Mike Evans at plus 135, the number one receiver on the team, one of the best receivers in the league, a guy who scores a lot of touchdowns. He has 10 on the season, by the way. Give me Mike Evans at plus 135. The second anytime touchdown, it's a little parlay. That's right. Let's have some fun. Alvin. That's right. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Kamara, and Zach Moss touchdown parlay plus 194 on FanDuel. If you only have DraftKings, it is plus 174. Obviously, we're going to take the better odds for this. It's plus 194. Just being transparent with you guys. Kamara touchdown. He's facing the Panthers. I could kind of end it right there, and you guys would just get it. The Panthers have given up the most rushing touchdowns to running backs in the NFL this year, and it wasn't even close. They've given up 17. The next team was 13. Kamara, 5 touchdowns in 9 games this year. He's coming off a 2 touchdown performance last week. As you guys know, I like the Saints offense this week. See, I'm giving away another bet maybe on Wednesday. But I just don't think I know there's not a better matchup for running back. So we got to take Alvin Kamara to get another touchdown this one. And then Zach Moss. No Jonathan Taylor for the Colts, as most of you already know. Whenever there's no Jonathan Taylor, Zach Moss is pretty much good for 18 or more rushing attempts. He's going to get a ton of volume. He's had a great season. He has almost 900 yards total this year, and he had 6 touchdowns in his first 7 games, and a lot of that was with Taylor playing part time or not playing at all. I expect a heavy dose of Moss versus this terrible Bengals defense. Bengals have given up 10 rushing touchdowns to running backs this year, tied for the 6th worst in the league. We all know they don't stop the run in general. It doesn't have to be at the goal line. Moss could break one from the 40-yard line because the Bengals suck on defense. Anyways, and I think the Colts are going to put up a lot of points, as we already talked about. So give me Zach Moss touchdown, Alvin Kamara touchdown, put it together for a plus 194. Let's have some fun with it. Betting these on their own, I think Moss is maybe bettable on one book at minus 130, 135-ish. Kamara was not. So that's why I put them together. So give me those two at plus 194 as my final prop of the weekend. And let's check out the bets recap. All right, there it is. Let's keep this hot streak going. We got James Cook over 47.5 rushing yards at minus 120 on DK. Lamb 70 plus receiving yards. Justin Fields 50 plus rush yards minus 105. Those are alternate lines in case you are leaving a comment asking where the heck I got those. Those are alternate. If you cannot do alternate, I would pivot to just Lamb maybe getting over his receiving yards total, or maybe just Fields over his 62.5 rush yards, whatever one you like better. I just give you the info just so you guys can make your best decision. The third one, Jake Moody over 2.5 PATs, Young Wei Koo over 1.5 PATs. Put it together for a nice plus 140. And then anytime touchdown, give me Mike Evans at plus 135 on DK to score a touchdown. And then Alvin Kamara, Zach Moss, TD parlay plus 194. I looked at Christian McCaffrey and I think it was like minus 390 on a book. My goodness. They just don't even want you to bet it anymore, which makes sense. But if you want to bet him 2 touchdowns or parlay him, I don't blame you. So that's what we got for the week 14 player props. Let's see if we can win some more and stay hot. Again, that NBA in season tourney championship video, we will have one for you because I know you guys are interested in the game. So we're going to break that down, give you a best bet. Stay tuned for that video. And the NFL week 14 game bets video is already out. So thank you guys for all the support this week. It's been a heck of a week. Not the best for basketball, but we're bouncing back. So hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon.